It's crazy how you can not know somebody, but when they pass away, it affects you or affect the way you look at things. Wayne, let's get it.
Damn, I miss Nipsey, Mac Miller, and Kobe. Shit just ain't the same, and it's wrecking my brain. Fuck the fame, man, it's not why I came. My aim is much higher, you wouldn't understand. You busy with these hoes and chrome tires. Peasant shit, nothing I desire. Maybe before, when I was immature, but I'm destined for more, the essence of a hero. But a Gemini and the other face is Kratos. Get the fuck about my way, bro. Give a fuck about how'd your day go. If it don't pay dough, I'm trying to feed the fam. I told them I had a plan, and I can't fall short. I gotta take off like I'm Luka Doncic, you know. 207 mil on the deal, yeah, cause shit is real out here. Government stripping rights, I fear. So I'm gripping the mic, give them a load of my freedom of speech. I know that you feeling the heat and it's all me, sheesh. I've been out here all on my own, trying to get in my zone just to put the city on now. It's mine now. I've been out here all on my own, trying to get in my zone just to put the city on now. It's mine now. Bag it and tag it as a classic. These niggas is average. They thought I couldn't miss before. Watch me skyrocket my average. I mastered my talents by watching the masses, crafting my own elements. Now look at this guy, or a supernova explosive, popping the top off of rappers with a pen dog. I John Wick y'all, cause you're nothing but a lap dog in the backyard, acting like you trap hard for the gram to get a grand. This is sad, find your identity, cause that's a fatality. Just saying, quit the capping, I know that I'm snapping. They snapping pics, I just live in the moment. Better yet, on my Jill Scott, living life like it's golden. What I got is potent, putting rappers on notice. I'm just saying, quit the capping, I know that I'm snapping. They snapping pics, I just live in the moment. Better yet, on my Jill Scott, living life like it's golden. What's up? I've been out here all on my own, trying to get in my zone just to put the city on now. It's mine now. I've been out here all on my own, trying to get in my zone just to put the city on now. It's mine now. All those solo nights, night was created, infatuated with the art of the rhyme. Telling stories with metaphors really kept me alive. What a beautiful high. You can call me optimist, just don't call it my prime. And I know I've been missing in action. Sorry, I was fighting depression and fear of losing my passion, but look at this magic. Voila. This is crack off the stove like I'm Hove, and I'm selling it in bulk like it just got off the boat. Shout out to the folks who hold me down from Baltimore to Texas. This is power of the blessings. Faith in my Heavenly Father, I never second guess.
What's up, everybody? What's up, man? Hold on. Let me get my stuff up here. I don't got everything ready. How y'all doing, man? This is an impromptu preview live of the Dallas Mavericks versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm your host, TGK, here on TGK TV. And if you didn't know, I'm the official Dallas Mavericks pregame show, which tomorrow we're going to kick that off for the Western Conference Finals. So today I'm gonna talk everything about, as much as I could talk about this series. Probably gonna nerd out on some stats, gonna nerd out on some perspectives. Just gonna talk about even matchups, and hopefully we get a couple of folks up here to share their opinions of this upcoming matchup. And just to see what we all thinking, man, and definitely get some predictions down from everybody and see how everybody's feeling about this series. Currently, there's a poll down below in the comment section where it's y'all could vote which I think the series is going to go to. Either Mavs in 6, Wolves in 6, Mavs in 7 or Wolves in 7. Definitely go check that out, man. I appreciate y'all being here. And definitely, like the video, get it going. Let's get some more people up in here, or whatever the case may be. Yeah, I fully understand there's a basketball game going on, so I'm not gonna hold it against y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all rather watch basketball, so I could always catch this on the back end. All right, man. Where I want to start. So someone sent me this and they wanted me to show it. So let's check it out. This right here. Yesterday was the day me and Sticks reviewed all the bad footage, and for some reason, who sent this to me? It was Master Fame sent me this. He wanted me to check this out at the timestamp of 1:15. So we'll check this out, and then we'll get into all the preview stuff.
This, Ben, because I could talk about Michael not respecting Luka Doncic. I've never disrespected Kyrie Irving, but I was saying to Michael yesterday, I'm happy to be wrong about Kyrie Irving, because the way we've talked about him in the last 4 years, on and off the court, I could not have seen his career evolving and progressing the way it has to this point. And I'm really happy for him. I'm happy to see his growth and evolution. I'm happy to see where he is on, as he described, his imperfect journey. So maybe me picking Dallas, this is why I thought you were looking at me crazy. I'm going to acknowledge there is some level of like rooting for the story. Not that Minnesota's not a good story. Rooting for the story, as in Luka to break through, or close out Kyrie to continue his the 180 that he's done over the last several years, if you will. But I got Dallas, man. I really like Dallas. I like what they've become defensively since the trade deadline. And I'm going with their 2 stars in this series, even though they don't have home court advantage.
Look at that, man. Look at that. People are choosing Dallas. That's pretty cool to see. That's pretty cool to see. Let me see. Damn, we got Rel in the building. What? Excuse me? Rel, you available? Hey, if you want to come on the show, man, let me know. I'll send you the link immediately, dogs. Immediately. Let me get into some comments real quick. I know I keep delaying stuff, but look, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tabs open. That's going to give us some really good stats, analytics into this matchup. I'm not going to say I got hot takes as to what I think the Mavericks are going to do, but it might come off as a hot take because I don't think anybody's thinking of matchups in the way that I'm thinking of it. I've been listening to everybody, and I'm like, why isn't anybody thinking this? Anyway, I'll get to that in a bit. Nancy says, how you doing tonight? Super excited for the series to get going. I hope we come out strong. Be nice to win game 1. Oh, right. Imagine if we go down 0-1, are y'all going to get nervous? I might get nervous, but no. At this point, they've proven that they can lose game 1 and still be able to maintain that mental fortitude and be able to come back in the series and win it. So I wouldn't be nervous, but I would say it's kind of expected, right? I don't think we've ever won a game 1 with Jason Kidd. So, but I'm excited. I'm ready to get this series started. I wish it was tonight, but apparently, the Boston Celtics are blowing out the Indiana Pacers. So, what's the whole point of that, right? Master Fame in the building. What's up, Master Fame? Hold on, Master Fame. I got you. And bam.
Because shit's going good, right? So write some positive shit.
Write some positive shit, Mr. Master Fame said. Let's get it. We got Black Noir in the building as well.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Man, y'all got all these crazy sound effects, man. I wish I had a cool one. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding. I said salute TGK. Appreciate you, Noir. Appreciate you. Stick says, man, screw that poll. I want Mavs in 5. Sticks, if you're available, hop on the show, man. Matter of fact, be a man of my word. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if Sticks is available. We had a great show last night. I've never had a stream hit 2,000 views. I never had a stream hit 1,000 views. It's gotten to 2,000, so I'm giving all the credit to Sticks, and I'm gonna ride that coattail. You know what I'm saying? Nick's in the building, says TGK, what's good? What's good, Nix? Are you ready? You ready for tomorrow, bro? I'm ready for tomorrow, my guy. I'm ready. We got Sticks in the building. We catching lightning in a bottle or what, Sticks?
No. What you talking about?
It's just who you are, huh?
What? Me? Always. Hey, did you send
We
Rel
get
that?
to.
Rel said he'd get on here. I don't think you saw
Oh,
the comment yet. Send him the
oh,
link.
yeah. All right, bet. Rel, it's gonna be in your
Jo-
your DMs.
Joe's just excited that he gets to talk because Gina Kim hasn't gotten on here, blowing up the chat yet. That's what that comment you're reading to read is.
I'm dead. Um, how do we have 12 votes and 6 likes? What the F? Yeah, man, you hit the like button. This is gonna be a good stream, man. I know we starting out a little slow. It's like the Mavericks when they start off in game ones. We start out pretty slow and take an L. Joe says Kid is 1-12 in game ones. Damn. Well, hopefully he could be 2-12. Get us a first one. Massive fans, I have the Wolves podcast predicting. I'll send you on next. All right. I've seen a lot of predictions, and disclaimer to all the Wolves fans out there, I ain't got no beef with y'all. I ain't even mad at y'all if y'all don't even understand what y'all are about to deal with. I fully understand what we are about to deal with. I fully understand what the Timberwolves are. We've heard about it all year, right? But the things and the narratives that I've been hearing from Wolves fans is they clearly do not know who the Mavericks are. And there's going to be a lot of people that are in for a rude awakening, Sticks. A lot of people.
Rude awakening.
Rude awakening, man. And so that's why I'm like, you know what? I'll just be quiet. I'm not finna fight y'all. I'm going to let Luka do it. And y'all going to be coming back into my comments because I bookmark some of these people. I'm like, hey, buddy, what happened? I thought Anthony was going to shut down Luka. I thought McDaniels was going to shut down Luka. What happened? What happened?
See, what happened was.
See what happened? DV says the philosophy is lose one, win two, whatever it takes to win. I like that. Some heartbreak in there to take a loss, but we'll get a win. Hey, we got Lockbox in the building. What's up, Lockbox? They be mad when we play radio sound effects, Lockbox, apparently. So, just members only, I miss. Oh, where's that at? Where is that at?
Whatever. I'll do what I want.
Oh, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. We got a special guest in the building. It's let me give a proper intro. It's one half. I still need to update their signature, but it's one half of We Talk Mavs. Yes, sir. We got Mr. Rel in the building.
Oh, I'm on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just keeping records. I'm sorry. I apologize, fellas. I'm sorry. So unprofessional. I apologize. How you guys doing?
Doing good, man. What's up, man? How you doing, bro?
I'm tired, man. Went through some more procedures with the missus, man. So that's why I'm off today. Yeah. It's been a long day, man. I figured I'll hop on with you, man, for about 20 minutes or so.
All right,
I know she's gonna probably need something else here in a little bit.
Fully understand, man. Appreciate you taking some time out, man. So let's get into this. Let me show y'all some of these things right quick, right? Where do I want to start? What y'all want me to start with? Y'all want me to start with Nah, I'll just start it. All right, let's start here.
It's your show, man. We just here.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Sticks, you know what? All right, so here we go. So this is just giving you the way I like to go about it is, all right, let's start off a baseline, all right? This is a baseline. This is just, you can look at stats from afar. There's 3 teams that have a pretty good win percentage, and look at that. The Mavericks happen to have the third best win percentage in these playoffs, okay? Just there, just to take that, right? You look at the field goal percentages. Ours is a 45, not the best. Our 3-point percentage is 36, not the best, but it's better than Minnesota. Interesting. Free throws, obviously, is 69%. That's rough. I just wanted to show y'all that, right? Where Minnesota, they have an 8-3 record in the playoffs. We have an 8-4. So it's not like they've been world beaters like the Boston Celtics. So that's just one thing. Just giving y'all some perspective. We've been averaging 106 points per game, where the Minnesota Timberwolves been averaging 108 points per game. So they're playing some great defense and putting up some decent numbers. All right, that's one thing. Let's get to the next thing. We're going to speed run through these. Here's the offensive and defensive ratings for the playoffs. Let me see here. So offensive ratings, we're going to organize these. The Indiana Pacers are first with 121. And the Timberwolves are sixth with 116. And the Mavericks are seventh with 113. So they are 3 points better than us. But I would say if y'all were to remove the Phoenix series, I wonder what that looks like. You know what I'm saying? But I'll just leave it at that. The defensive rating, the Timberwolves, they have a 107.6 defensive rating. So a lot of, I don't know, guys. Look who's number 2 on this list, right? So are we facing a better defense or a slightly worse one? I don't know. It's all hyperbole, right? But just to give you some perspective, if you were to just listen to the national media, you would think they had a defensive rating that the Orlando Magic had, right? Orlando had 100.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. The Mavericks are only their defensive rating is at a 110, but obviously we're at a plus 3.3. So it's just, again, quick hits, giving y'all perspective, right? Giving y'all perspective. Let's give some more perspective, all right? Let's go into some players' advanced analytics, okay? So this is for Minnesota. All the players. No kitchen sink.
No, okay, just make sure. Oh yeah, that's right. He's out of the playoffs now. Never mind.
Yeah, he's out of
No, it can't be out of play. It's a dynasty. It can't be right.
Well, I mean, you were told, right?
I was told.
Yeah, okay.
He's a back-to-back champion without winning the championship, so
right.
It is what it is. So this is all the Minnesota Timberwolves players. This is all of the games in the playoffs. As far as offensive ratings, this kind of lets you see who is what. But if we look at Anthony Edwards, there's only so much you could take from this, right? But as far as net rating for assist, my man Anthony Edwards is doing pretty decent. 25% assist rate, and then assist to turnover ratio. He's averaging almost 2 assists per 1 turnover, right? So I don't know. Maybe do we want him to facilitate, right? If he's going to turn it over, once every 2 times. Little things like that, right? Offensive rating, defensive ratings. I don't even think these other guys been playing that much. But as far as their starters are concerned, it lets you see who is what. And Mike Conley has a pretty good defensive rating when he's out there. And these are all based on their minutes. So, again, these defensive ratings are not out of this world, so to speak, like Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 110, right? I think that there's a big how would I say dynamic with the whole Phoenix series. If we were to remove those games, I really wonder what this looks like, and I would do that. Let me see. Maybe I can do that. Let's see.
That's what I was about to say, TGK. It got a lot to do with matchups.
Yeah, so let's see the semifinals. Let's see what this looks like.
You can also use. Oh, you're looking at the net ratings. Yeah, you'll have to use that website for that.
Look at these. Hold on, not the player. Let's go team. Let's go man. Look at that. Look at that.
Look at that.
What is this makes sense for Jaden McDaniels. That's a pretty good difference right there. When he is on the court, he's a plus 8.9 when he's on the court. Anthony Edwards, he's almost a plus 7 when he's on the court. All right. And then this is for the semifinals. All right. So this is the Denver series. However,
what's that Nas Reed stat?
The Nas Reed is a minus 7.6.
Yeah. Y'all might want to look up them Nas Reed stats for the playoffs and tell me if y'all scared of him still. Just saying. Against bad defenses.
I don't care. All this looks nice to me. I'm not scared of anybody, bro.
But Nas Reed, everybody's like, oh my God, Nas Reed, Nas Reed. He's averaging like 11 points a game and like 4 rebounds. He's doing nothing. And he's not even playing our defense.
He's not having the same 6-man, exactly. He's not having the same 6-man impact. So
no, not even remotely close.
To be honest with you, I'm not scared of Minnesota's offense, man.
Yeah,
I know they put 45 up on Denver, bro, but Denver defense not like our defense. So,
but hold on, Rail, hold on. They got Joker though.
Oh, right.
They're a dynasty.
I forgot. I apologize.
I mean,
I'm sorry. Lockdown center. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my bad. Okay, go ahead.
He was runner up a defensive player of the year behind Rudy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, right.
I'm with you though, TGK. I'm hearing all these people talking, man.
You've been hearing it too?
I've been hearing it. I'm just ready to get this started, bro. Because, like you said, from people who are talking, see, you could tell that a lot of people are only going by the hype of Minnesota, and like it's like completely ignoring what. Because I heard somebody sit there and say too that remember Oklahoma City. Well, no, matter of fact, with DDP, shout out to DDP and Indy, they had a show early, and I watched it. And they were talking about that. He's like, man, all these things they were talking about with Oklahoma, all of a sudden when they lose, they just ignore all that now. And it's like, yo, they were the number one offense. Well, no, but the top 5 offense, top 5 defense. They were healthy all year. They had the most continuity than anybody in the league. You had the defensive coach of the year. You got one of the top 3 or 4 defensive players in the year. You got the number 2 MVP candidate of the year. So then when they lose, it's it's because they're young. We weren't hearing that before the series. We would pick not to win the series. So now we're getting the same thing with Minnesota. So I think, and shout out to DDP, he said this too. This might be the first time if Dallas goes and wins it all. I think this might be the first time that a team has won it and was not favored in any of the other series.
But we weren't favored. Oh, we were favored against the Blazers in 2011. Okay.
Were we though?
Yeah. I think we were. I don't
think we were ever favored that year.
No, not against the Blazers.
I don't remember.
We'll have to look.
You have to look that up because I mean you might be right, TGK. I'm just saying but you might be right. But I know for a fact this year we weren't favored.
Yeah.
So
let me bring up this super chat right quick. Appreciate your master fame. Says everyone is looking at the Wolves through rose-colored glasses, and the Mavs are the team that no one wanted to be here. Lively while I play Rudy. Hey.
I agree.
Appreciate you, master fame. Appreciate you, my guy.
I agree, bro.
Yeah. But look at this here, right? Again, thank you, Master Fame. Appreciate it, man. This is the semifinals offensive rating and defensive ratings, okay? The Mavericks, they had a 112, 111. Obviously, against the Thunder, we literally scored the same amount of points, right? So the net rating, a 0.2, right? We had a tough opponent. People say that the Thunder, that they weren't ready, they were too young. No, that says they were pretty ready. It's just the Mavs were just a little bit better, right? I mean, it's not too much. It's not too hard to recognize that. But the Timberwolves, yes, they were in a grueling matchup against the Nuggets, right? But they had an offensive rating of 111, which was literally the same as ours, and they had a really good defensive rating of 106. They were a plus 5.3 against the best team in the West, right? So what are we saying? Like, oh, how would I say? I think the Minnesota Timberwolves, they were up 2-0, and they had, they put their foot off the gas, so to speak, and they allowed the Nuggets to get back into the series. And I want to say that I think the Mavericks pose different elements as to how to attack both of these teams, whereas whatever the Timberwolves are able to do to the Nuggets is because they were built that way to beat them. So when it comes to like who had a tougher route, people are saying the Timberwolves had a tougher route. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Well, did you heard me and King say this? We've been saying this all year. The Denver Nuggets were not the same Denver Nuggets as last year. We kept trying to tell folks that. Like, this is why we weren't scared to play them this year. You saw what Minnesota did to them. Like, I really believe we would have closed them out of 6. King said 5. I think we would have closed them out of 6. Like, I was not scared of Denver, bro. Like, so, I mean, that's not to take away from Minnesota and what they did, but I don't think Denver was just unstoppable juggernaut, and we kept saying that all year. And everybody kept pitching them in to go to the finals and all that stuff, man. But like when this happened to them in the playoffs, I was not surprised. I just thought we were going to be the one to beat them. Yeah. It would have been nice on Luka's story, but,
Yeah, and again, for those that are watching, this is a Mavs centric channel. So we're gonna talk about the Mavericks perspectives, but for the Timberwolves, I mean, obviously they're a formidable foe. They got great defenders. They got great centers, all that. But I think when we come into this a little bit like, damn, just everybody sleeping on the Mavericks. Like, it is what it is. But I think there are elements that the Mavericks have that they can utilize against the Timberwolves. It's just we're gonna get into that here in a bit, but let me show y'all this right quick, and then we can just really get into like chatting this matchup. So this is their conference semifinals, 5-man lineups. So here's their starting lineup: Conley, Gobert, Towns, Edwards, and McDaniels. 5 games, 86 minutes, an offensive rating of 124, a defensive rating of 98, a plus 26.4. So that starting lineup is pretty damn good. But where's that bad lineup, right? If this lineup is that good, there's got to be a bad one. All right, and it's down here.
My bad. I was looking at the -4. You right. Yeah,
so here's a bad one. Here's a bad one right here with Towns, Alexander Walker, Reed, Edwards, and McDaniels. So you're telling me Edwards and McDaniels, these lockdown defenders, they're in a lineup where their defensive rating is 122.2, minus 28.9. Okay. Now, I want to ask y'all, so why do y'all think there's a vast difference between this lineup and this lineup up here? As y'all can see, Conley and Gobert's on the top one, and Reed and Walker replace those two in this third one over here. I just want to get y'all's perspective.
Is Nas Reed really a good defender? We know Towns is not. Because if you got Towns at the center, that has a lot to do with it too. Getting to the basket compared to having Gobert. So that has a lot to do with it. That's more of an offense.
What I watched I didn't watch a lot of it, but what I watched, Nas Reed didn't seem he wasn't doing that much other than rebounds. He wasn't even doing that much. I didn't see anything crazy from his defense.
Right. So
and also the Jokic, the Jokic element to this, right? If Jokic is going to be guarded by Towns and Reed, it's barbecue chicken for him. And the one game where he went crazy, where I think Draymond was like, Gobert, you got to guard, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, he cooked him in one game. It's not like Jokic has been cooking Gobert the entire time. So to me, that's the difference. It's because Gobert in the starting lineup, he's having the assignment of Jokic, and they get off to a 26.4 positive net rating. The moment he comes off the court and say Jokic is in there, there's no one to guard him, you know? And that's why I think it was a minus 28.9.
Hey, TGK, now, you better listen to Joe real quick, or he's gonna his old ass is gonna like blow a lid. He's freaking out down there.
He said, Joe, they don't have a point guard when Conley is off the court. Acknowledge me. Yeah. Oh, great, Joe. Great point. That is also a great point. So you see that, right? Conley's there. They're a plus 26. Conley is off. They're a minus 28. Let's see if we can look at another. Conley and Gobert, Nas Reed, Edwards, and McDaniels, 15 minutes, they're a plus 38.3. No Conley, minus 24. Damn, Joe is up to something. Conley in, a plus 31.4. That's crazy. That's great. All right, now we get into like the 10 minutes, and it's kind of hard to really grasp it. But without Conley here, minus 63. So could it be the Conley Gobert effect here?
Kind of seems like it.
It does, right? It does. Man, good observation there, Joe.
I better throw some comments in, though, so I don't take any more crap from Div and Joe in the comments, you know. Teaming up on me here.
Hold on. Then Shipper Sound says Conley and Gobert played in Utah together. So there is that element there. All right, man. Let's get into discussing this, okay? So, I'll start off with Sticks. Sticks, what is a strategical advantage for the Mavericks that they should utilize against the Timberwolves in your estimation?
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on how the Timberwolves play, right? So everybody keeps talking about how great they were at defending and how when you watch the Denver game, right, they were shutting it down and they were all these things and nobody could get their threes off. They played single coverage, man on man. Like that's what they did. And so you're comparing that to what you're going to do against the Mavericks, and that's not realistic. So if you think you're going to cover Luka one-on-one and Kyrie one-on-one, do you want to see 73-point Luka again? Because that's what you're asking for. Like, you're going to get cooked if you do that, right? So this whole concept around Minnesota is that they're so amazing at defense and they can do these things. Denver is slow. Phoenix is fast, but they don't really have anybody that you really have to double team. They're not that team is not scared of anybody all year. So nobody's going to go crazy double teaming. Look when Booker scores 50, 60, right? They lost almost every time he did because he doesn't help the team when he does like that. So I'm not scared of Minnesota in any way. I think the Mavericks are going to be able to exploit every bit of their defense because I think they may try the first game to see if they can, ego it and let Ant and all these guys say, "Oh, look what I could do! Oh, look at me!" And then once the coach realizes they're getting absolutely destroyed, and Luka's going right by and dropping lobs all over their faces, then they're going to have to double team. And once they double team, guess what opens up? Oh yeah, that's right, our threes that the other teams couldn't get opened up because they don't have the skill set, or they don't have the backcourt we have. They don't have any of what we have. As everybody said, they were built to beat Denver. We're not Denver. We are able to exploit the problems with Denver and Minnesota's setup. So I think you see it from that level. And then on defensive end, I don't think the Mavs are scared of anybody. Look what we did. We let Shea be Shea. He dropped 30 plus a night. We still won, didn't we?
Yep.
They don't have a J-Dub. They got Cat, but Cat is so easy to frustrate. And Luka proved that twice this year, where he had Cat so frustrated. Cat just started ego shooting and was destroying their team with it, right? So we will probably one-on-one them. We won't double team much, just like we did Shea. And I'm not scared. So everybody's fear of Naz Reid is what? That Naz Reid was going to be wide open. Well, since when have we been leaving three-point shooters wide open? Every now and then, but for the most part, we close out. So there's nothing about this team that scares me from any level. And everybody's basing it on January 7th. I'm really not even January. They're based on the January 31st game when they blew us out. And let's remind everybody.
Is that January 31st of last year, Sticks?
That was this year. Yeah, that was this year when we had Rashawn Holmes at center and no Luka and no Kyrie. And in January 7th, we had Dwight Powell at center, still no Kyrie, and we won by 8. What am I scared of?
Wasn't that the game where King said that was a Kareem?
Oh yeah,
powwow. Is that the game?
Had a breakout. He
had a breakout game against. If Dwight Powell had a breakout game against the Timberwolves,
he had like 14 and 12 or something like that.
Yeah,
man.
He had a breakout game against the Timberwolves.
Hey man, we got a secret weapon on the bench, man, just in case. You know what I'm saying?
You're right, Rick. We do. We have JaVale McGee. Don't forget, according to Shannon Sharp.
Would y'all start JaVale McGee? I mean, I probably start him.
Yeah, I mean, if it gets to that point, right?
Just in case, like if somebody get hurt, we got JaVale McGee. Just kind of start him. I start him.
Yeah. Rel, well, what about you, man? What is your perspective on this series, and what's one like strategical advantage you think we have over these guys?
No, I agree with Sticks, man. Look, if you, I'm gonna tell you right now, if they're gonna single cover, now remember Luka and Kyrie were getting. If you can add 8 people on the court, that's how much they were getting trapped and all that stuff, right? Like quadruple, whatever after quadrupled, it was getting all that, right? And was still being effective, right? And we got the wins. Of course, like you said, the others were stepping up. It was leaving those guys open for corner threes and stuff like that, right? That's why we had PJ break out for like 3 games. Then we had like DJJ break out for the last 2 games. If they single cover Luka and Kyrie, if y'all, all those folks who wanted Kyrie to kind of break out of his little funk or whatever on the offensive end, you might get it in this series if they single cover Kyrie. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. I know Ant talking about he gonna have the assignment. That's fine, because last time you had the assignment, he dropped 35 and 8 on you. So that's fine. If you want to single cover him all night, that'll get him going. We need that. As far as like, I think the key, man, is gonna be for Luka and Kyrie to be aggressive out the gate. We're gonna need Kyrie to definitely be aggressive out the gate. I'm not worried about Karl Anthony Towns like Stick said, bro. I'm not worried about him. I think another key is going to be for us to make sure we get in the open court, because we don't want to let their defense set. We don't need Rudy to set. You know what I mean? That make it better for them playing the half court set on defense. We can get easier buckets in transition. That'll help us out too. Let me see. They got Naz Reid coming off the bench. We got Lively. I'm not expecting Lively and Gafford to just go out there and we just dump it down to them and they go, do whatever. But if if the short roll is open, please be effective on the short roll. Because how many times y'all did we see them miss like wide open bunnies under the basket? Like you gotta capitalize on those, man. And that also keeps the defense honest when you capitalize on those bunnies, man. And I'm still trying to think what else we got. Like, to be honest, bro, like I think we can win in so many different ways. I'm not really worried about what they throw at us. But I will say this. I know the popular thing for everybody, like, oh, we lose game one. I'm not worried about it. I think we need to win game one and establish our dominance on them from game one. I don't want to play catch up anymore. Let's establish your dominance from game one. Let's go ahead and get home court advantage from the jump. And I think we'll be able to do that, man. So, and I'm willing to put King's House on. I think we're going to win game one. Only because how often have we been hearing how great Minnesota is? We've been hearing folks, like I think you posted on Twitter, TGK. They had their review or whatever, the preview for the conference finals and all that stuff, and then even had the Mavericks in there or whatever.
Yep.
Derek Lively being disrespected on the all rookie team. Yep. People already anointing Ant. We heard folks like Nick Young come out and say, "Oh, we finally got a real American as a face of the league." All that stuff, all this stuff is starting to come out, and then you hear what the question that was asked to Kyrie and Luka in the post game after Game 6. Like, I'm telling you, they're keeping receipts, bro. They doing this right here, TGK. They're doing this. They're keeping receipts, and you don't think that that's going to motivate. Matter of fact, hearing Ant say, "Oh, I got Kyrie at that if they beat Denver." You don't think that that's all like motivation for them?
Yeah,
that's like one play you don't want to do is motivate Luka. Then you got Luka and Kyrie, bro. Like I think Kyrie been doing so well this year, bro, because the motivation of people saying, he gonna mess it up over there in Dallas, or he need LeBron to make it to out of the first round, all this old stuff. These guys are keeping those receipts, and it's motivating them to get to where we are right now. I'm telling you, Mavs in 6.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Yeah,
yes,
I love all those points. And I'm glad y'all said things that I wanted to. That y'all didn't say things I wanted to say. So here's a few things I got right from the motivating perspective.
Hold on, before you answer the TGK, you need to know your confidence meter, bro. What is your confidence meter, TGK? I need you to be confident.
Oh, confidence meter. Huh?
Okay, never mind. Go ahead. Go ahead. Say what you're gonna say.
Hold I'll get to that in a bit. Now, as far as like the motivation aspect from it, right? This is the Western Conference Finals. They're gonna be motivated, but there's always that additional, punch that give you more motivation for the series. I think because Luka is best friends with Jokic, I think seeing Anthony Edwards be kind of disrespectful and
I see where you're going with this. Okay,
at the end of the game, I think that's a bit of motivation there for him. I don't think he likes. Obviously he didn't mind seeing Jokic lose, right? But I think when you get disrespected, Luka is big on respect, bro. He's the one that told our own, production people in the American Airlines Center when they were like putting the Clippers on like some eggs or something. He looked up, he was like, "Man, cut that off. Like that's disrespectful."
Oh,
right?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, well, not this series. I think it was like a season or two ago. Because they were like making fun of the Clippers on the screen, and Luka didn't like it. And he went straight to the table and told him to cut that off, and they cut it off. So he's just big on respect, right? And I think him seeing what Ant did in the back of his mind is probably like, all right, I got to get you for my boy, right? There's always like that motivational aspect of it, like in pickup. Like if I saw you lose to some dudes that I didn't like that was hooping and they were disrespectful, and I got next, I'm gonna go in there with some extra motivation, right? So I think there's an element there. Another side element, and these are things that people are not going to talk about in the national media, right? Another side element is that Denver has no rim protection. They had none.
Yep.
Whatsoever.
And that was another thing too, TGK. I'm glad you brought that up.
Mm-hmm. They have no rim protection. So when Anthony Edwards had a free, zone to get to the basket, Conley could get in there and have no, how would I say, rim protection. He's just able to float it and do that. This is going to be a way more difficult series for them. They're not just going to be able to attack the paint and feel like they could just go and get these beautiful dunks like they did against the Phoenix Suns, right? Like the few that they got against the Denver Nuggets. This is going to be a lot different. And also another element that I don't think people are considering, I think everyone's penciling in that PJ is going to guard Anthony Towns or Karl Anthony Towns. I don't think that's gonna be the thing.
I think it should be Luka.
See, there you go, Sticks. I think Luka is gonna guard Karl Anthony Towns. I would say probably be like 40-60, right? It's gonna be depending on who's out there. But I've seen Luka do a pretty good job against Karl Anthony Towns. He doesn't really post up much anyway. He's mainly a big that shoots. Luka could guard that in space. Hell, you could play like a little makeshift zone and have Luka just kind of wandering as a safety just on Karl Anthony Towns. I've seen it done. I've seen him do a good job on him. I'm not worried. Also, with the whole Gobert, I'm not too concerned with it because I saw Anthony Edwards be able to utilize the short pick and roll. Like he didn't use it correctly. I don't know. If
Yeah, I'm
he
about to say
does
not utilize it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't think he does, and I think we just have better rim protection. And that's why I feel like if it's if Anthony Edwards is a little bit too much physically for DJJ, put PJ on him, and then you could put DJJ on Daniel or on Conley. I like DJJ on Conley, right? And McDaniels, yeah, I'm not too aware of his game, but if his game is like that, then maybe Kyrie can stick him and just see what happens because I don't think he gets the ball like that. So my aspect of this is looking at it from, can we not make the Luka and Kyrie have to guard so much on defense? Not that I don't want them to. It's just I know they're going to have to be able to play offense a little bit more in this series as opposed to the Thunder series. And again, we have rim protection. There's going to be different strategical perspectives that we have. I just think we're going to utilize our matchups a little bit differently than what I've been seeing in the national media. Everyone thinks there's going to be PJ on Karl. I don't.
But why do you think we need to be more offensively this time? I feared Minnesota's offense less than I fear OKC's offense.
Yeah,
and we were able to get away with it the way we did before. So I actually think we can get away with less offense now than before.
No, well, from what I'm thinking of is like if they're going to be doubling, they're going to be guarding full court, like all full court. So if they're going to be guarding Kyrie full court, Luka full court, I mean, do you want DJJ bringing the ball up the court all the time?
Of course,
some full court pressure.
Yeah, of course.
Nah, I'm not the most confident with that, but you know, I'm looking at it from the perspective that this is going to be a series where if they're going to man up and leave you on an island, Kyrie and Luka gotta show up, right?
Yeah, they do. I agree. You know, two more things, TGK. I think everybody kind of forgot about too. This could be one of those Dirk moments for Luka. Remember when Dirk went to the finals in 2006 and he felt like he fell short and he kind of told himself, "If I ever get back there again, I'm not doing that again." What if this the same thing for Luka, bro? Back in 2022, he fell short. He felt like they should have went to the finals and could have won the finals that year. I really believe that. So he probably feels like, yo, I got this second chance. I'm not losing that again, man. So I'm gonna go out here and do my thing, right? Another thing too, like you said, I think both of y'all touched on this. Great point. I said, matter of fact, we said this on our show. Denver does not have the same paint presence that we have. Can anybody tell me who Denver's backup center is?
They don't have one. That's why it's like 47 minutes.
But they're dynasty though. We talked about that. I said I don't understand why we don't hear anybody criticizing Jokic's defense. We don't hear nobody criticizing that. And I've watched some parts with guys, you know, doing their own coaching thing on YouTube. I watched different videos and they were breaking that down, talking about Jokic's not being able to be that paint presence that the Denver needed or whatever, because they put a lot of pressure not only on their perimeter guys to guard, to keep guys out of the paint, and also for Aaron Gordon to be that guy for them in the paint. While, like you said, TGK, Jokic is out there just roaming all over the place or whatever, right? So that's why I said that's one of the reasons why I'm confident too, because we're number one right now in the playoffs for paint defense. So I would take that all day long. Like you said, and I trust our guys on the perimeter. Like I also agree with you, TGK. I can see we maybe use PJ Washington as more of a perimeter defender along with DJJ, and we just let the guys in the back take care of the defense. And I would put Luka on Cat. I don't see nothing wrong with it. Luka's been showing us enough in this playoff run that his defense can be trusted right now. So I'm with you, man, on that one.
Oh, and to add to the Luka defense, he's how would I put it? He's one of the most strongest like players in the paint, in the post. his post defense is probably his best defense.
I trust him down there then on the perimeter. Not saying he's a bad perimeter defender because he's been really good this playoffs, but I'm with you, bro. I trust his post defense.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people that don't know the Mavs, if they hear me saying Luka guarding Cat, are you stupid? You know, like, bro, trust me. Like I've seen this man guard bigger defenders, and they weren't able to do anything. Like I've seen him shut down Bam Adebayo. I've seen him defend LeBron pretty well, right? Even as a rookie, he got double blocks on the man. Anyway, but I think what I'm looking at it as, yeah, we don't have Maxey, and I don't know if he comes back, but I still think you can play a small ball 5 and get Gobert off the court. And then if you utilize, say, Conley is guarding DJJ, Luka, call for that pick. Give me Conley on Luka. And I just think if they're able to utilize that the right way, like if they're trying to hedge it and go back to their original defender, I think if Luka moves fast enough, it's going to break down their defense to the point where they're going to have to come and collapse and help, and it's going to leave a PJ wide open or alley-oop wide open. I genuinely think, from all I've heard, and this is just all in a response to everything I've heard, I genuinely think people think that this is just going to be a defensive masterclass by the Timberwolves, where I don't think that is going to be the case. I think that this series unlocks Luka and Kyrie's offense. This is a series that does that because Anthony Edwards is 6'4". If Anthony Edwards is going to guard Luka, I like my chances. You know, I don't.
And if he's guarding Kyrie, he's only got 2 inches on Kai. He doesn't have the length like the other guys.
2 things, TGK, which you kind of touched on. For them, keep them on the perimeter. Like I said, we can do that. We showed that so far in the playoffs this year. And another thing too, I think I lost what I was going to say. It was something you had said. Oh no, thank you. So I don't. This is what I don't want. I don't want Luka to fall in love with the step back 3. As far as they got the switch on Rudy, and he all he does is do the step back 3 on Rudy. I don't want him to fall in love with that. I want them to attack the defense, depending on what the defense dictates. Right. Like I also too, I want them to attack Cat. I mean, not Cat. Cat too, but I want them to attack Ant. Ant is the driving force on the offense. We've seen plenty of times in that series where if Ant's not clicking or whatever, I mean, they did it this last game. I mean, that's cool, but I would take the chance of Cat. I keep saying Cat, of Ant. Not if he's not clicking, then I would take that chance. Other than somebody else not clicking or whatever, right? So I want them to attack him. Also, play the offense depending on what the defense dictates, and do not fall in love with the switch on Rudy Gobert where he's constantly doing the step back 3s. That'll take the whole entire team out of a rhythm. Yeah,
if anything, I want Kyrie to be doing the calling for Gobert. I want Kyrie on him because he could blow by him, right?
Right.
Let me read this super chat right quick from Master Fame. Appreciate your Master Fame. He said, Rel is 100% right. Game 1 is the time to come out and show this team we're different than the Nuggets. Show the Wolves that we're here to win. Appreciate you, man. $10 super chat, man. Damn. If I go to another game, I'll give me some more nachos while I'm at it. But I appreciate
So here's my question. Like when we were talking about the defense, right? Yeah. Like this, I was talking to my kid about this. Like, okay, so you got Cat. We know not Cat. We got Gobert, right? He's guarded by Lively or Gafford. We know that. Okay, then we're going to put Ant's going to get who? Who are y'all going to put on Ant?
Well, I'll start with DJJ.
Okay, that's what I agree. DJJ. Okay, y'all agreement there. Then you got Conley. Irving's taking Conley, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Kyrie bullies him offensively too. So
okay. I'm just saying even on the defensive end, who we follow, right? So and then you go switch. Do you want PJ on? Do you want Luka on Jaden McDaniels?
No, I want him on Cat.
No, I know, but that's my argument. Everybody's saying PJ on Cat. That doesn't make sense. PJ is lankier like Jaden McDaniels. Let them two fight it out and put the bigger two guys against either. Because I don't want Luka with Jaden. I don't think that's a good matchup. If we're going to put Luka in a position, that's not the one I want.
Yeah, I'm with that, Sticks. Put him on.
It doesn't make sense why people want to go PJ on Cat. Yeah, I think it's the same thing, like you said. They think they're like he can't guard Cat. Cat's he's not a Giannis. He's not going to go bullying you down the court.
He's comfortable on the perimeter.
You could even interchange it where PJ is on Anthony Edwards and DJJ is on McDaniels.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I think what Edwards has is speed, right, and he does do a little bit of that Shea kind of push off shoulder move, which is it's an amazing fadeaway. And again, trust me, ladies and gentlemen, I don't hate the Wolves, right? I'm not this. Most of this stuff is in response to all of the Mavs disregard. There's a lot of disregard for the Mavs. I think we can all agree here that they're a formidable opponent. We could even talk about their pros to how they can attack us here in a bit. But I think PJ would be a great option to defend Anthony Edwards as far as like the starters are concerned. Do y'all think any of our bench players will be able to have an impact in this game? In this
Lively.
Series? Oh.
Yeah, I don't even really consider him bench anymore. I know he is.
Yeah, true.
He's
Hey,
just like we have a 6
and
stars.
that's why I said it. That's one of the reasons I said live because technically he is a bench player.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
I'm curious to see what Hardy will do. I liked what Hardy showed in the last couple of games.
I don't think Hardy plays much in this series.
that's what I was kind of thinking too.
I'm throwing that out there. I don't think he's gonna play much in this series. The reason for that is because of the defensive players that's going to be thrown out there. Because they do got good defensive players. I'm not saying they don't. It just I think specifically when they match up with Kyrie and Luka, it's a whole different thing. And I don't think Hardy is there yet, right? Where he could take advantage against his matchup, which is the skinny defenders like Giddey and stuff like that. But I think this is where Exum and dare I say Tim Hardaway Jr. would shine, man. Because
I was wondering when y'all gonna bring him up.
I ain't gonna bring him up.
This is where trust me, I think this is where he shines. The reason for that is because because I think this is how I think. Luka and Kyrie are going to be unlocked, right? They're going to be so unlocked to where they got to get doubled. And if they get doubled, you need another shooter out there. Besides, whenever DJJ is getting a breather, PJ is getting a breather. THJ got to make his shots in this series.
And so it's going to be a flip of a coin, TGK. Are we going to get the THJ from wait, did he play? He played well in the Clipper series, right? Didn't he give us 2 games in the Clipper series? No, he was out.
He gave
us 2 games in the.
Against
Thunder. He gave us
against the Thunder.
Yeah, the Thunder. Yeah, I thought he played 2 good games against the Thunder. I think we talked about that on the show.
Yeah, one really good game and one decent game until he started shooting crazy. Until he had the
I couldn't remember.
Shots that were
I thought we gave him 2 games. I was surprised. I was like, yo, he got 2 games. I was really shocked or whatever, right? Like, because we talked about the fact like, hey, take him out, increase Josh's minutes, or a lot of people were saying, or give his minutes to Jaden Hardy or whatever, right? So maybe Exum comes back, man, and does better in this series. Maybe.
I don't know, because Kidd obviously showed signs of saying he made the point that he wanted to get Hardy minutes. I don't know if he's going to go back to the other guys. I mean, he may still get. He seems like he's got THJ on that short leash we asked for all season, right? He made a couple dumb plays, and Kidd was like, "You're out," and then Hardy came in, and ran, and Exum didn't even see the floor. So I don't know that. I don't know. I mean, will he go back to Exum, or will he let kind of what Kidd is? Once he kind of latches onto you, he seems to stick with it. So I don't know. I think Hardy's still going to play. I don't see him going back on that play. And the one thing I liked about Hardy is he was the only guy in the last game that did what I was talking to King about this. He's the only guy that did what we said. He went to the chest. He went right at the centers and said, Chet, you ain't doing this to me. And he pushed him, and then he got that layup. I mean, he got that the and one. Mm-hmm. So that kind of aggressiveness is something we need. So I don't know. I don't see Kidd going back on him this time. Because if he's going to do that to Gobert, that's good too.
Right. No, it's just a feeling I have. It's one of those things with coaches. Whenever like you get deeper into the playoffs, they shorten their lineups and their rotations, and I just think he'd be the odd man kind of out initially. Because I think if THJ comes out playing like trash, because I think
you mean when
series,
you mean when
when I think he just wants to like reset his rotations, give his guys that he originally had the minutes again, like Exum and THJ, and then if they start falling off, then he can go back to Hardy. I just think it's one. I feel like I've seen this before, where in the playoffs, the further you get, the rotations get smaller, and instead of like 9 players playing is just 7. So anyway. But I think THJ might have a moment or two, and if he doesn't, then we need to go back to Hardy, bro. Green, he's been in the playoffs. Green has been shooting 33% from 3, and it don't feel like he has, right?
Because he been hitting the big threes.
And Tim Hardaway Jr., guess what his percentage is?
You better not say it's better than his, bro. I'm quitting the show.
Identical, 33% as well.
That's because we talk about what Josh Green is doing, adding to the game. Yeah, that's why it's like, I mean, people can say, oh, they both shooting 33%, but one guy talk about it all the time. If your shots are not falling, what else can you add to your game? And we see him adding his defense, his assisting. He's helping get second chance opportunities. We see all that. We see Tim hitting the top of the backboard, side of the backboard, the guy giving out the popcorn. The little baby on the third row, we see him doing all that.
Hey, wait. Tim Senior said that happens in every game. That's normal.
I'm sorry. My bad. I apologize. I'm being hard on Tim. Pause.
Yeah.
So what are things y'all think the Wolves? Now let's try to be neutral here. Well, what are things y'all think the Wolves could do to beat us? Whoever wants to start.
I'm not gonna lie to you, TGK. I don't know. I only know my team.
Thought about it, huh?
I really haven't, because I've heard enough of how great the Timberwolves are to the point that my mind's already went towards, look, this is what we're gonna do to them.
Yeah.
That's so, like, I don't watch enough Timberwolves games to know. Like, we saw the last game. The last game we for the series against Denver is probably the only, as much as I know about the Minnesota Timberwolves. I know who they played, and that's about it. Like, what the score was because of the box scores. I didn't watch enough of them. Like, all I know is the Mavs. So,
did you see
like
Div says, I know. We don't need the guy who absolutely loves Ann in here. Okay, calm down.
Oh my God.
Nah, but
I'm gonna need your boys to score at least 28 points a game, man.
The more I think about that Timberwolves and Nuggets matchup, I think Jokic deserves a lot more credit because they had no other option besides Murray, right? But I just don't think Murray's on Kyrie or Luka's, obviously not nowhere near Luka's level. I think he's like a tertiary kind of player that gets hot, right, at times.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it was just Jokic out there. And if Jokic is dealing with Gobert, Reed, and Towns on the block, and then that's a tough-ass matchup. And to push them to 7 games, I think kudos to Jokic, right? You're now running into Kyrie and Luka with centers that could defend or I would say void out and negate what Minnesota brings. Now Anthony Edwards actually has to guard, right? Because there's no Jamal Murray's being the main option. You could basically situate your defense in a way where you kind of put him on an island where he has to really be the main one to score, as opposed to Jokic. Jokic has to work in a different way. He's not working from the perimeter. He's working out of the post. I just feel like people are sleeping so much on the Mavs that I'm like, no, y'all don't know. But then a part of me is like, you know what? Nah, let them figure it out on their own because they're going to see.
Well, I mean, I think it's simple. How did the 4 games we've lost? What cost us all 4 of those games?
Us.
Us.
Yeah. I agree on that. But what shots were being hit?
Threes.
The 3-pointers.
Yeah.
When they got hot in last game, even the last game, game 6. They started banging threes at us and all that, right? That's how they got ahead of us. That other game, they were hitting their threes. Clippers, Harden, hitting threes. PG hitting threes, right? So if we don't let the 3 bombs go off on us, we've now proven that the LA Clippers, who have a dang good team, I don't care that Kawhi wasn't there, they still have
a team.
Superstars.
They have a really good 3-point shooting team too as a team.
Yes,
both teams.
And then OKC was the best 3-point shooting team in the league.
Yep.
And J-Dub was shooting – people talk about Nas Reed. I looked up the stats. J-Dub was shooting almost 43% in the season from 3. He was shooting like 26% against us. So the only way you beat the Mavs is 3 points. If we lose, it's because either we gave up way too many threes, which would be inconsistent for the last 35 games of the season, right? And it would mean that we allowed Ant to go ego dunking on us and embarrassing our centers. I think our guys have already seen enough of guys trying to do that to them. I don't see them shying away from that. And I'm not like Ant's not that big. He's 6'4". He's not like scary big. He's not some of these guys that can really put it on lively. And Gafford's big enough to withstand him too. And Gafford doesn't like being dunked on. That's one thing Gafford doesn't do well. Like he gets in their face when they try that. So like that's all I see is how they beat us. And I just don't see after the last 30-something games how you can look at this and go, oh, the Mavs are just going to stop playing defense the way they play defense.
Listen,
it just doesn't make sense.
No, you a 1,000,000% right, Sticks. Because when you said that, I started thinking to myself, the way Dallas defended, the reason why those guys we put a chokehold in their threes. Why? Because we were doing more single coverage. It wasn't a lot of doubling. It wasn't a lot of triple teaming. We didn't fall back in zones and nothing like that. If you play man-to-man coverage, you can stay home on those guys who are shooting the threes, which is why they didn't make a lot of threes. They didn't shoot a lot of threes. We talked about that on our show. They went from attempting 23 a game or something like that on average to 16 a game on average, right? Because we putting a chokehold on the threes. Second, TJK's talked about at the beginning of the show. Minnesota is not a great, not saying they're terrible, but they're not a great three-point shooting team. So really, if you think about it, the only threat on the three-point shot is like a Conley and maybe a McDaniel or somebody like that, right? So if you're going to do man-to-man coverage on the outsides, man, that helps your defense out a lot by staying home on those guys, and it cuts down on the threes.
Yep.
Yeah, right now for the playoffs, Naz Reid, he's averaging 31.8% from three.
There you go.
Alexander Walker, 32. Jaden McDaniels, 34. So that's below league average, right?
And Naz Reid was shooting 41 for the regular season, by the way.
Yeah. Karl Anthony Towns shooting 44% from three. So that is definitely a weapon, but on just 4 shots a game. Conley, 41% on 5 shots. But Edwards, almost 40% on 7 shots.
I forgot about Karl Anthony Towns. Yeah, you're right, TGK. So, I forgot about Karl Anthony Towns. So what if he's shooting 44%, he's a threat on the 3-point line, what does that mean?
He's not driving.
There you go. Make him put the ball on the floor. Then he goes right into the paint with our trees down there. And I trust him. So there you go.
And that's one thing Kidd has been doing. He's been forcing these teams to take twos, you know?
Yeah.
He's not letting them shoot all these threes and be able to do what they want to do. So he's going to force
tell Sylvester to calm down back there.
Sylvester. Man, it's barking at nothing.
Found out he a T-Wolves fan, man. Find out.
All right. He's going to start howling in the middle of the night like, what is going on?
Right.
He does look like a little wolf, though. He does. But no, man, I think I would be very interested to see how they go about game one. Let me remove this because I feel like Jason Kidd takes it for granted a little bit, waiting until game 2 to make these changes. But I just, maybe I'm hyping myself up too much, but I just see that the difference is that what we bring towards them offensively, that I don't think they'll be able to shut us down like they've been shutting everybody else down. The fact that, and again, this is regular season play, so obviously different defense then. But Luka and Kyrie has 70 points on them with Dwight Powell as your center, and they won that game. The only time they were all able to play
disrespectful, right, man.
So I'm just saying. Go ahead.
I don't. Oh dang! Now you made me lose my train of thought. Something you said a second ago. I was gonna.
I don't want to credit the regular season game. Right? I don't want to put too much onto the regular season game, but I'm just saying. McDaniels was there, Anthony Edwards was there, and Luka and Kyrie put 70 on them efficiently with Dwight Powell at center, and they won the game.
I remember what I was going to say. So I think one difference with Kidd this time is that OKC tried to change things up against us, right? They tried to make changes. Yep. Clippers, Kawhi goes out. Minnesota has been the same team running the same offense basically all year. Mm-hmm. So Kidd has been good when he can game plan for what we know is coming, right? That's why we lose a game. He sees what they're doing. We win 2 games. They realize they're losing. They make a big change, right? Kawhi, they pull Kawhi back out. They change up the offense again back, and they're expecting Kawhi to play. OKC goes in and changes Giddey up a couple things. Like they made a few changes, right? And I think with Minnesota, that's not the case. They are going to be who they are, kind of like Denver is going to be who they are, right? So you can game plan from game 1 against them. They're not going to change up their offense or their defense at all. And so that plays to the way Kidd is able to do his job. And I think we break the game 1 streak. I think when you were talking about earlier, Rail, about about how, like, when we're talking about Dirk and how he said, if I get my chance again, I'm never. You heard Lucas say after the game in the interviews, right? He said, we went in that locker room and said, we ain't going back to OKC.
Yep.
They said, no, we're not. He said, that was his statement. We are not going back. Like, it wasn't an option. Like, we will do whatever it takes to win this game. And what did they do? They did whatever it took. And I think that's what you're talking about, Rel, like kind of like Dirk in 2011 when he got that chance again. Luke is like, I'll be damned if I'm going to take any more crap, any more disrespect. Kyrie has earned it. This team has earned it. And I will go back to the thing. The chemistry between this team reminds me of the Rangers last year. It's like they're a family. They just get along. They're enjoying it. And that is a dangerous thing when you've got guys that love playing together because they will always find a way to make up. Look at DJJ in that last game. I mean, he was lights out at the end of that game. That mid-range jumper, fall away slide. Who is DJJ? We haven't seen that shot all year. And this dude pulls that out of his ass.
Jordan. DJ Jordan, man. Get his name right, man. Come on, man.
So, I mean, that's just when you have that kind of team, it's hard to beat. And then, look at Indiana and Boston. They're going to shoot just like they did in the regular season. It's going to be 122, 130 games again, just like the regular season. Wait till I can't get him. I said, when we beat Minnesota, wait till they run into our defense. Mm-hmm. This is going to get embarrassing for this.
Man,
everybody's sleeping on our defense too, man. They're still after getting to West Conference Finals, they're still sleeping on it. But
go ahead, let them sleep.
Yeah, it's a great point. They are. I don't get it. But it's fine. That's why I just hope like we're in the universe where this is the season where the Mavericks just kind of win in 5 in the Western Semifinals.
Oh, that'd be nice.
5 in the NBA Finals.
No, we go in that 8-0 sweep.
And no one can say anything, right? But I just ran across this. I have not heard this. Y'all mind checking this out with me? This is Chris Paul and Stephen A. rave about Kyrie Irving's importance to the Mavericks.
I'm going to say, you always feel bad stuff, so I got to brace myself. Go ahead.
This is on NBA Countdown. This is a premium slot right here.
Right.
What? All right, let's check it out.
Mavericks Timberwolves series is going to be spicy. It's loaded with stars. You're talking about Luka. You're talking about Kyrie, Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert. With such a star-studded series, Stephen A., say that 10 times fast, who do you think will be the most important star?
I'm going to go with Kyrie
Okay.
Irving. I said it.
I'm just saying, hey, we all. I think we all kind of see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he sees it, knowing him, he don't watch enough, but I think he knows. Conley ain't no match. Well, I'll play it. Let's play it.
The other day, I'm going to say it again. I can't applaud this brother enough for what he has done this year. I mean, I'm not just talking about his sensational play. I'm talking about the leadership. And the fact that we know he closes 14-0 in closeout games. Throughout these playoffs, this dude will amp it up. I mean, he got like 2 or 4 points in the first half, and then he's like, okay, calm down. Just give me the ball. I'll handle this. He has that it factor going for him right now. We know what Anthony Edwards brings to the table. We know what Luka can bring to the table. But Kyrie, in assassin's mode, picking his spots the way I've been watching him do this year, particularly in these playoffs. When that brother gets going, it galvanizes the rest of the team in a way that I see positively affecting them, and I think that's going to be needed against that Minnesota defense in order for the Dallas Mavericks to win this series.
Yeah. Why wasn't Stephen A. in the on the show whenever they interviewed Kyrie? Right? Like,
great question. You could have told him that. You could have told him that to his face. And
it's an interesting switch.
You ain't watched this all year. Lying.
Yeah, where'd he go? I just wonder where he went. He was there,
It's an interesting switch, though. And you are seeing a few more people now starting to say Mavs. Mm-hmm. It might be they're starting to realize the reality of where this is going, and they know they got to get on that bandwagon a little bit sooner, so that because the publicity, if it goes this way, you want to be on the right side. You don't want to be on the wrong side. That's right. Rel's got the receipts.
On the wrong side receipts.
Because if the Mavs do get past the Timberwolves, and then they go into a finals against the Celtics, and then say the Mavs, again, they say they beat the Celtics, and Kyrie closes them out, right, in an amazing fashion, which everybody knows we can, right, or he can as well. Imagine national media in the world. Oh, man.
Sick.
It's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna be just sitting back.
But
Bro,
I'll live stream and
Boston's
watch
the-
everything.
Boston's the greatest
first,
team, though, right? Boston's the greatest team. The Mavs have no defense, right? That's what we've been told.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, so that's why they've given up 31 in the first, 33 in the second, and 7 minutes in. There's already 11 again on them. It's 75 points.
You're looking at that wrong, Sticks. You're looking at the wrong one. That was another game. That's NBA 2K you're looking at. Don't do that, man.
No. I'm pretty sure it's Yahoo Sports NBA current game going on. I may be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's right, Rob. Maybe I. You know what? Maybe that was the living room earlier when I was watching my kid play NBA 2K.
That's probably what it is.
All right, let's see what Chris Paul got to say.
Yeah, and I'm kind of like Bob. I don't agree with you all the time, but on that one, I agree with you, man. Kai is so tough. Kai is so tough, and I think a lot of times people don't realize you can have great players or whatnot. Sometimes that can get you to almost like the 15, 10-yard line. Kai's gonna pull you over the goal line. The way he's playing, not only on the offensive end but the defensive end. Right? When you look at stars, that's what you want to see. You at least want to see them compete on the defensive end, and you just see his leadership and how the younger guys just follow him. And when I'm watching the game and I see that Kai got 4 points, 6 points in the first half, the other team better be up 30. They better be up 40.
He's coming.
Because he's definitely going to put his imprint on the game, and he picks his spots, and that's why the marriage between him and Luka has been seamless. They needed last year, but now they know how to pick their spots.
There's no way to disagree with what they're saying about Kyrie and his play this year. There just isn't. But I'm going to pick somebody else. I'm going to go with Luka. And there's some things, it's hard. Luka can be hard to watch. Because I'm tired.
Hold on. What is happening? So the question is, which star's performance will be most important in the West Finals? We got 2 Kyries and 1 Luka. What is going on? All right, I'm not going to be mad. But
Did you see the slide as he said it, too? It's kind of hard to watch him sometimes.
It's kind of hard.
Oh, shut up! Why you got Chris Paul sitting next to you on the bench? Come on.
Yeah, come on, Michael Wilbon, be better. All right, here we go.
Way to disagree with what they're saying about Kyrie and his play this year. There just isn't. But I'm gonna pick somebody else. I'm gonna go with Luka. And there's some things. It's hard. Luka can be hard to watch
Is he hard to watch, or are we, or us Mavs fans, or are we just? Because I think we call it out when it is hard to watch, right? Or am I off?
No, I think we mostly do.
Great question, Nix. I don't. But go ahead.
What you saying?
Yeah.
Who the hell takes my?
I told Keenan a while back. I stopped taking that dude serious, bro. You could tell he didn't pack it in, man. He's been in the game for a long time. He just don't have the energy.
Joe said
it is, Joe. That's why I don't watch it, man. That's why I don't watch it. But yeah,
whatever. The greats at ESPN have been gone a long time.
Backhanded compliment, yeah, it is.
And I used to like Michael Wilbon, but it is what it is.
Yeah, PTI, babe. PTI,
yeah, back
man.
in
I
the
used to
day.
watch that all the time. But here's the thing, like, why? This isn't the first time I've heard it. I've heard this from Chris Canty now. I've heard this from multiple Gil. I heard this from other people where they're like, "Oh, Luka's hard to watch," and I'm just like, "Is he though?" Like, I don't know. All right, let's see.
It's hard to watch the greatest offensive talent in the league right now. It's real hard.
I always tell folks this, TGK. It's like if you ever notice, it's not just ESPN, it's Fox Sports, it's these other like little outlets or whatever who have these players like a Gill or whatever. If you notice that all their messages sound exactly the same, they're just telling it a little different.
Yep.
You just said, oh, you heard somebody else say that he's hard to watch. This guy said he's hard to watch. That guy said he's hard to watch. It's because it's all scripted.
It's just regurgitating.
Well, did you see? I mean, you saw what Dwight Howard said, right? Dwight Howard's apology.
Yeah.
I picked Shea as the MVP, as who should be MVP. But I have to admit, now that I've watched Luka play, I apologize for what I said, and I think you made an opinion on players who should be MVP without watching the games. So what we've been saying that you aren't watching, now they're admitting to it. Like you got those receipts.
Why are we listening to Chris Canty? Anybody explain that to me, please? Chris Canty.
Hey, I ran into it. I think it's a 6 a.m. show. I think it's a 6 a.m. show, and I was like, Chris Canty, let me see what he talks about Luka. And then to hear what he said, I was like, oh man.
Yeah, I'm TGK. I'm guaranteeing you, Chris Canty not watching the Mavericks.
No, he said he hates watch. He hate watches Luka.
But you got a definitive opinion though. Okay, makes sense to me. I'm sorry. I'm gonna make I got an opinion about a show that my wife watches that I don't watch with her.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never watched the show, but I got an opinion on it though.
That makes no sense.
That's why I love ESPN so much. It's my favorite channel. Go ahead.
Let's see what Michael Wilbum says.
Yes, he
I'm
will.
tired
Yes,
of
he
seeing
will.
this every trip down the court.
He did a little bit better.
He got he did for a while. He did for a while. He did for a couple of games.
Help him out a little bit.
But despite that,
did I hear them push back on that? All right. Last time I'll rewind it. Here it goes.
I'm gonna pick
Hey, show, man. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go with Luka. And there's some things. It's hard. Luka can be hard to watch because I'm tired of seeing this every trip down the court.
He did a little bit better.
He got he did for a while. He did for a while. He did for a couple of games.
Help him out a little bit.
But despite that, you know what? When it comes to just running a team and just sheer playmaking, he is, to me, passing the basketball. He is in a discussion now with Magic and Bird. The stuff he has turned two players that showed up a minute and a half ago into Lob City.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable how he can just take advantage of a defense and surgically destroy it.
He's so much stronger than people realize.
Oh.
And by the way, Chris, playing through these injuries that he's played through now, and I know you've had to play against him lately.
Now he has injuries again? Oh, okay, cool. Okay, cool. It's not what I heard for the last 4 games.
The back. He's doing things now that other team, and Kyrie mentioned this the other day, he's doing things that teammates look at and say, damn. I mean, he is galvanizing us now. He's rallying us.
I'm gonna get to my answer because I don't want to.
Chris is having horrible flashbacks to 2022.
The warning.
People asked me one time, what did you help Steph with? I said the only advice I ever gave him was his body language. That's it. Because early on in his career, he's prone to some crazy turnovers or swings, and he would go like this. And he would put his head down. And I told him one time, I said, you don't know the power of your body language. And he knows this as a player.
Yeah.
And I watched Kyrie's body language. So good in these playoffs. So good defensively. He's leading that team.
Yep.
Who would have thought Kyrie, I did not think, and this is a credit to him, that he could lead a basketball team. He's the leader of that team. Luka Doncic is their best player right now. And I think he's very important. But the player I'm going to say is Karl Anthony Towns. Because if he's great, I think Edwards is going to show up. Okay, I think Edwards is going to show up, just talent alone, and he has a power and a force about his game. They're going to put some defenders on him, but I'm not sure who can guard him. They're going to probably put Derek Jones on Anthony. It doesn't matter. He's going to attack this team. But Karl Anthony Towns, he plays like he did in Game 7 against Denver. He shows up consistently. He's got to stay out of foul trouble.
Yeah.
He's a real X factor in the series. And I know it's a big ask, but I'm saying if he can do it, I think Minnesota has a great chance of winning the series.
Can we talk a little bit about Minnesota and specifically Anthony Edwards? Because one thing that I know I loved, gentlemen, is when in his post-game interview, after they close out the defending champions, he's saying, I want to be the best player on both ends of the floor. He looked at the box score and said, you know what, offensively, I feel like I was trash. But defensively, that's where I want to make my mark. And he called it out. He said, I want Kyrie Irving. What did you think of that?
Yeah, when I was watching the game and I heard his post-game interview, that was the first thing he said. But as a hooper, you're not paying attention to 6 for 24, right? That's what he went in Game 7, right? You're looking at his intensity. Like, I watched the way that he plays both ends of the court. And when this is your best player, everybody else ain't got no choice but to play hard, right? He's picking up Jamal Murray full court, his energy, the shots that he's taking and making and whatnot. That is contagious. So if you see Anthony Edwards out here pressuring at half court, if you're the other guys on the team, you ain't got no choice but to play hard.
Chris, you joined a league.
Dare I say Chris Paul's pretty good at this, man. Dare I say.
Don't give him credit for anything.
Bruh.
Hey, man, we give him credit.
Did you see what they asked him too in this panel? They asked him what it's like to have the pressure in the playoffs and let him answer that. That fool has choked every. Yeah, oh yeah, I commented on it earlier. Oh yeah, they asked him about what it's like to have the pressure in the playoffs. Why don't you ask someone who hasn't choked his entire career about that question?
No,
Yikes, 2022.
The part that gives me, Michael Wilbon sound like a guy who just started watching the Mavericks.
Right.
When you
were saying that, I was like,
don't listen don't listen to it with a like you want to judge what they're saying. Just literally listen to how they're saying it and what they're saying. He literally sounds like somebody who literally just started watching them. Then on top of that, Gina, you had a good point. I get sick and tired of people making it seem like that Luka is literally the only person in the league that complains to the referees. We've seen games where Draymond is literally spitting in the referee's face and he just wipes it off and goes to the other end. Luka says, and one, that's a technical foul. But because he got a technical foul in that instant, he's now looked at as crime to the referees.
Yep.
So
not only that, Rel, but Ant complained not only during the games, but Ant complained almost every post-game interview about the refs. That dude complained more than anybody.
No, he doesn't, Sticks. It's only Luka, bro. Luka's
right. My bad.
Complains in the whole entire league. Come on, man.
Right. I was told. I was told. My bad. I'm sorry.
I was told. I was literally just told by Will Bond that this is the only player in the league. I just can't watch this guy because he just complains so much. But like I said, we've seen other players in the league. Draymond does it all the time. Spits in referees' faces, talks about everything, calling them everything but a child of God, and don't get a technical foul. But Luka says and one and gets a technical foul, and he's looked at as a problem on the court.
Or what was the one he got? What was that other one he got? He just looked up. He just cheered. He literally cheered.
Bro, I remember the time when he got a technical foul for, I think he was talking like Maxey or somebody, tell him like, let's go or whatever. And they gave him a technical foul for that. You remember that?
Yep. I do. I remember that one. And when they gave it to him, he looked, he goes, I was talking to him.
Yeah. You know what? To be honest with y'all, I think all of this kind of coincides with each other. I think because the media talks about it so much that the referee, it's kind of like when what's a guy named TGK they play for Detroit Pistons, Rasheed Wallace. It's kind of like Rasheed Wallace. You come up with now you have this reputation, right?
Yeah.
Draymond can literally spit and slap a referee, no technical foul. Why? Because he has a reputation of being a guy that's real fiery. He's just all about winning or whatever. Luka does not have that benefit. It's like now he's looked at as a problem on the court due to the national media putting that out there. So now he can yell and one, or like I said, he's talking to Maxi Kleber and automatically gets a technical foul. So that's why I say when they say this stuff like that, man, you're literally regurgitating everything that you heard somebody else say. Like I said, Chris Canty has never. TGK, I'm willing to put your house on it. That man does not watch basketball like that, bro. He does not watch the Mavericks like that. He's heard his other colleagues bringing up the fact, that's like a script that everybody talks about on these other channels, throughout all of national media, that he's a problem with the referees, and he just regurgitates that and just says, I can't watch it because, because Luka complains. Who just said that? Michael Wilbon said the same thing. It's the same thing that everybody else is saying because they're not watching the games. They're just regurgitating everything that everybody else is saying, and that's a problem.
And honestly, like,
thank you, Div.
I think of it a little deeper too, and that's why I think a lot of us are motivated to make Mavs content, because we get fed all of this bull crap nationally and locally. It's like, well, where can we really trust? Because it's like, no, they're wrong about my team,
Exactly.
Like if I was a casual and I saw Michael Wilbon say what he said, I'm like, damn. The Mavs really must have turned it
He's
around
on
in the
ESPN,
playoffs.
so he knows what he's talking about now.
Yeah, like, they turned it around in the playoffs? Wow. Like, no, you would have known that going into the playoffs. Like, it's just baffling. And I know we talk about it a lot. Like, if I'm getting paid to watch the NBA,
yeah,
and if I had those 8 hours of my regular day that goes to work, if I was able to put that into watching the rest of the NBA so I can have a formed opinion, a solid one of all the teams, I would do it. Why are they incapable of doing that for the Mavericks? I'll tell you why. Because they only want to talk about the Lakers. They only want to talk about East Coast teams like Boston and New York. They only want to talk about former dynasties in the Golden State Warriors. Or they want to talk about pushing certain players up to a level that they shouldn't be, like John Morant, Zion Williamson. And now I think Anthony Edwards is going to be the one that breaks the mold. But I don't mind them talking about him because I think he's awesome. So they only push those narratives. And then when it comes to Kyrie, I just think they were so heavily against him that they were reluctant to even look Kyrie's way. They're like, nope. We don't want to look at no.
Oh, hey.
Oh,
they looked
I think he's doing good.
When it didn't work last year, though, huh? They looked this way then, didn't
they? They're right here. Look,
exactly. So
they're right there.
No, you're right though, man. This is why I always talk about this, man. I follow a lot of TGK. We all know a lot of some of our good friends who run other channels, right? I follow those channels because I'm sick and tired of watching that. I already know they got us wrong. I can just imagine how they're doing everybody else. They might have the Lakers right because they pretty much cover the Lakers, right? Or they might have the Knicks right. I mean, you gotta ask Freezy, but I know like the other teams they don't really have right like that, right? So that's why I go and I follow those other teams channels to find channels like ours, follow them and see what their takes is because you're a little bit more connected with those teams than ESPN is. I'm just getting tired of the same narratives and same tired coverage, bro. when it comes to your team. You're supposed to be the worldwide leader in sports. You're the worldwide leader in sport, which is why a lot of those people listen to you. Like you said, TGK, those casuals. I don't watch the Mavericks. ESPN said they're this and that and this. I believe ESPN because they're the worldwide leader in sports. When it's like, well, you can just go ahead and get league pass. We live in an age of information now. You actually can watch these games now and get the understanding yourself. But it is what it is.
And I was listening to a Timberwolves podcast, and they were talking about the importance of being able to keep Conley on the court. It's like, if you're not watching him, you wouldn't get that. Like, I haven't heard anybody say that.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, oh yeah, and then that's when I digged into like the analytics. I was like, why are they saying that? Right, Conley, he has an Achilles issue, I believe. He also has probably another injury around there, and he's an older player, right? Like, he shouldn't be having this kind of impact because I'm not watching the Timberwolves like that. My fault, right? But I'm doing my research prior to this show, so I'm listening to it like, well, can we keep Conley on the court, right? He's going against Luka, and if Luka's calling picks for him, we're in trouble. Like, they're admitting it. And then I'm like, all right, let me look. And then I look in the analytics. He's a plus on every lineup he's in. Why is that? Because he's able to organize that offense and maximize its efficiency to get the ball to Anthony Edwards in the right spots, or get the ball to Karl Anthony Towns, or put them in positions to be successful, as opposed to as opposed to Anthony Edwards running the offense, right? Right. I don't know what other point guard they got that could do it, and I think that's why they know that's so important. So if anything, I think we need to look at the Conley minutes. Like, when he's off the court, let's see how they do. And if they do bad,
good point.
That's also your problem with the modern sports is the analytics, right? People do too much on stats and analytics, and you can watch a game and go,
there you go.
No, he looks like crap. Yeah, but his numbers, like we watched that game 4 with Luka. He got a triple-double. Are any of us talking about that triple-double? No, because we watched the game. Luka was ass that game, and we all know it. But the stats in 10 years from now are going to be like, man, Luka got a triple-double. Look how impressive he was. It's like anybody watching this is going to be going, hell no. That was a terrible game.
Good point, because we just talked about Josh Green, right? Josh Green's not shooting great from the field, right? But us watching the game, we talk,
It looks like he's shooting 50%.
Well, it's like you said with Tim, too, right? Look at his shooting percentage. It don't look so bad. But you watch that game and you go, God, get him off the court. Exactly. Like, the guy makes other boneheaded plays, and you can see it. And that's the problem, I think, right now with media in general, with ESPN, all these guys. I think MVP Luka's point is very accurate. I kind of say the same thing, right? I don't reply to a lot of these guys that I know are engagement farming even on Twitter, because I know what they're doing. They make the takes to get engagement, and it's people want to go, no, I got to defend it. And for the most part, I stay out of that. The only time I really got aggressive in defending stuff was when Luka was getting trashed for the injuries and the way he was playing. And I kind of went back and forth with King a bunch about it. Then I made a point to King, and King goes, okay, I get it now. And that was, look, I've watched the Mavericks like you, Rail. Like, I've watched the Mavericks. You may have watched a little more when we were younger than I did. But once Dirk got going, I started watching the Mavericks religiously. And after the loss in Golden State, I've damn near punched a hole in a wall, and I've never done that with a sport. And I was like, I got to take a break. Like, I'm getting too emotionally invested. And I knew what they did to us in Miami. I knew we got screwed out of 2006, right? And so, like, all I've seen is disrespect of everything Mavericks have done across the NBA for 20 years. And I'm sick of it. And now it's the same thing with Luka again. Here we go again. And everybody's pounding on Luka. And I'm like, look, guys, like, our team gets disrespected enough across the media because Texas is always hated on by the East and West Coast because they hate us. They want to be us and they can't be us. And we all know the truth as Texans. So, and I'm going to say that proudly, Texan first. The rest of y'all kiss my ass, quite frankly. But the thing is people hate us for that. They call it arrogance. They sell this, right? So we've always dealt with this in our sports teams. The Rangers win last year, and they're still getting disrespected, right? I mean, this is all we ever see. So I'm not going to sit here. I'll have my criticism of Luka, but I'm going to defend that man till I have no other choice because everybody else doesn't.
Yep.
Somebody's got to defend our players against everybody else. We want to, between Mavs fans, have a conversation about what we see needs to be improved because we, like you said, Ro, we watch them daily. Fine. But I ain't going to do that with people outside of Mavs fans.
No.
Because they don't deserve that respect to be able to make those comments because they don't watch. Just like we don't watch their games that much. I'm not going to go trash. The only reason I trashed OKC is one of their fans are got to be the dumbest fans in the history of sports. But second of all, I got tired of seeing Shea shoved down our throats. Pause. Because that crap was annoying. And it's like, dude, I just want to watch basketball. I don't need to see all this extra stuff. And oh my God, look how the interview. I don't care. I want to watch basketball. Keep it about basketball. And so, like, those are the things that get on my nerves, right? So, here we are. We're still being disrespected. We're still being counted out. And it's kind of like 2011 again, right? After what happened in 2022 and then what happens in 23, sometimes those setbacks make the wins even more glorious. And I love that they hate us, because if we stick it to them this year, it's so much revenge that you just get to laugh at everybody. And the haters will grow.
Sticks.
And then you love it even more.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. I told some of my friends this. I told King this. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Y'all can hear it right here on TGK show. If we win the championship this year, y'all gonna be sick of me. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. I promise. I'm going scorched earth. Y'all understand me? I'm going scorched earth. I'm talking about, man. This ain't gonna be enough right here. This ain't gonna be enough, bro. I'm going in, man, because this is ridiculous, man. Like you said, Sticks. It's getting annoying. Like TGK said, this is why we do what we do, man. Because I'm just tired of people. I'm tired of the disrespect. I'm tired of people who don't watch the games know more than me. I'm just tired of it, bro. Like, ESPN. I think I told you this before, TGK. Remember when ESPN had ESPN Boston, ESPN LA, and all that? Yeah. I felt like they were a little bit more reputable back then, because you actually had guys who were dedicated to the Lakers, to the Mavericks, to the Clippers, whatever, right? So they can focus on those teams. So whenever they were putting out takes or whatever, it was a little bit more credible. It's like, okay, you watch that team every day, you follow that team. Mm-hmm. We had Tim McMahon as our guy. He was the only followed the Mavericks. Houston had a guy, San Antonio had a guy, whatever, right? And it's like once they had that second batch of cutbacks, that's when they kind of like, now Tim McMahon, I think he covers like 5 teams. So the coverage is not the same. That's why now you see more and more of these lazy takes out here, man. Because look, Michael Wilbon's like 215 years old. He don't have the energy no more, bro, to go out here. He got a show at 5 o'clock in the morning, right? He don't have time to be out here, man. I got to stay up late and watch this LA New York game or whatever, right? He don't have time to cover them like that. So what does he do? Let me hear what everybody else saying. I'm gonna take bits and pieces of what they're saying and then form my opinion. That's what they do now. Nobody.
And here's the network sheet of paper of opinions.
Yeah, hey man, we did the notes for you. Just read this off. We got you. Don't worry about it. And so that's what we've turned into, man. And like that's why I would tell folks, man, like go and support your local YouTube channels, man. The local guys, not just us. Go out, like I said, Freezy, Demond. We always try to put these guys on too. Like, go follow these channels, man, because I don't watch the New York Knicks like that. So guess what I do? I go to Blowing Tears and get my information on the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? If I go to their channels, I don't argue with Freezy and them because I don't watch enough Knicks games to argue with them. If I did that, I'd be just like ESPN. Act like they know everything. You ain't watch the games, so how you gonna tell me what they done and what they don't do or whatever, right? So I go to Atlanta. I don't watch a lot of Atlanta games, so it's gonna be disingenuous to me to go to Atlanta channel and sit there and tell them, no, he ain't this and that and this. They watch way more than I do, so why would I sit there and argue with these guys? I go to those guys' channels and I do a lot of asking questions. Hey man, why are people saying this and that and this about Trae Young? Hey man, why are people saying this and that and this about Julius Randle or whatever, right? I try to get information from those guys instead of going there trying to tell them about their team that they watch religiously, and people don't do that, man. So. That's the part I think that's the part I think nowadays, man, that people don't do enough of. You got, like I said, you got League Pass. King's from Baltimore. He watches the Mavericks every day. There's no excuse no more, man. Just go out there. Yep. There's ways to watch the games. TGK, I'm not gonna tell nobody how you watch them, but you watch these games. You know what I'm saying? There's ways to watch these games, man, to get the information that you need, man, instead of going out here and just going off what you hear, whatever, or the box scores as people do.
Yeah, I'd be 20 minutes deep into a shower watching the games.
No, you could have left it alone. We already knew. We didn't have to do it again.
Alex says, I need a whole hour dedicated of Rel looking at receipts once that happens. Rel, hey. I would love to produce that video. and we could do it like a Mr. Rogers Neighborhood kind of vibe to it.
You know what? Got you, TGK. I'm gonna work on that. That, man. I got you. I'm gonna do that because I know King was like, man, just get all the receipts. And like, bro, if I do that, man, we're gonna be here all day, man. Like I thought about maybe putting like some clips together of receipts and all that stuff. I think we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we could. It don't even have to be it could be a produced video where it's like an actual episode.
I'm gonna have to give me a cardigan sweater.
Yeah.
I like this comment. Chris said, "Rel always speaks the truth. I don't know about this other guy." I guess I'm the other guy.
Oh no, Dick's been spitting too, man. Dick's been spitting. Sticks, man, you need your own channel, man. What's going on, man? Get your YouTube channel, man. What's going on?
I got all. Me and TGK had this conversation on top. I've got a business I run. Already got 80 hours in on that. A little hard.
I know.
I just wanted to add to the real thing. Like, if we do win a championship, I don't know what I'll probably go stream for 24 straight hours or something like that.
Man, I'm telling you, TGK.
I'll get drunk on stream. Nah,
we can do it a 24-hour straight stream. Just going through receipts all Saturday.
Be sober, TGK. Be sober, so that way that you can remember everything. Like, bro, I don't know. I think about it all the time, man. Especially when you see all these guys saying these idiotic things like on ESPN, like Michael Wilbon and them, bro. I cannot wait, man. I can't wait. I'm ready to get this. Well, what's today? Tuesday, so we play tomorrow.
Tomorrow, man.
Yeah, I can't wait, man.
Well, I don't want to keep y'all any longer. I appreciate y'all being here as long as y'all have been.
Yeah, it was a lot longer than 20 minutes, real.
Yeah, I know, right?
I know. It's my bad, guys. My bad. So we'll just do a little predictions. Just a simple prediction. What you think is gonna Mavs and whatever, or Wolves and whatever. I don't think any of y'all gonna pick the Wolves. But Sticks, start us off, man.
For the series.
Yeah.
Yep, for the series.
Mavs in 5.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Oh, also called 8-0 sweep.
8-0.
Sweep it all the way to the end. No, I think Mavs in 5. I actually think we are going to put it to Timberwolves. I do not fear this team. I fear this team less than OKC and the Clippers. I think we put it to this team.
Okay.
Rel, what about you?
I'm gonna go with the cop out, as King would like to call it. I'm going Mavs in 6 again. 6 on them boys. Listen, I'm gonna do what I said in last series. I think if Dallas wins game, you know what? Never mind. I'm doing Mavs in 6, and I'm gonna go out on a limb.
You wanted to say Mavs in 5, huh?
I want to say if Dallas wins game 1, it's gonna be 5. I said that in the last series. I really believe we should have. I told King he should have been right twice. We should have won in 5 on both of those series. But I'm gonna stick with 6 though. I'm gonna stick with 6. I'm gonna give Minnesota some credit, man. I think they will at least get a couple of them in. But I think, man, it's gonna be hard to beat Dallas in 4 times, bro. I'm sorry. Shout out to Ben. I don't see nobody beating Dallas 4 times, bro.
When you look at it from that perspective, it's like, can they beat us 5 times? You know, like
exactly.
Here's the one caveat I'll throw out there, right? We got 2 guys that are bona fide, probably top from an offensive talent perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you could say top 6, top 7, right?
Okay, you trying to be safe out here?
Yeah, I am trying to be safe. But I am, because you got to think of it, right? Like, all right, so real quick, Luka, offensive talents, Luka, Shea, damn. Anthony Edwards, I guess. Yeah, Anthony Edwards. He's offensive talent. Who else? I don't want to put Trae Young out there. He's been having a rough go about it. Who am I missing? Joel Embiid, I guess.
It was in the playoffs.
Just offensive talent alone. Just in general.
Would you put Devin Booker up there?
Over Kyrie?
You talking over Kyrie? Over Kyrie?
Yeah, I'm trying to see where Kyrie falls. Like, is Kyrie in the top 7, top 8? Offensive talents, you know.
Be safe. He's top 10.
All right, it's top 10. Now in the playoffs, where do we rank? Right. All right. So it's Luka number 1.
Yeah.
Did we play Ant 2?
It's Shea and Ant are close. Right. If we're talking,
let's
because Shea didn't perform.
You talking about us in their list?
The remaining teams.
Yeah. Ant's easily then.
So Ant, okay.
Ant. It's tough for me to just say Tatum, because I don't think he's like there right now.
Tatum trash.
Yeah, like I wouldn't offensively. I wouldn't take Tatum over Kyrie right now.
No,
even though Kyrie's been having like a struggle of offense, but we know what he's capable of.
Definitely not Jaylen Brown.
No.
Not Halliburton. You know, he cooked the Knicks in Game 7.
Yeah. We might have a top three.
Might have a
two of the top three offensive talents in the playoffs, surrounded by defense. Like, let me cut the music. I think people forget who the fuck Luka is. Excuse my language. I think people forget who the fuck he is. And then they forget. No, we don't. But it's like everyone's like, here's what I say. Everyone is like, oh, Anthony Edwards, he's gonna be such a massive. Like, bro, Luka, bro. Like, do you not know? It didn't Kyrie over here. Like, I just feel like they are sleeping like so much on the Mavericks, and I know they're trying to like retract and backtrack and get props.
It's the fanciness, though. It's the fancy. Like, they love the energy that Ant brings, right? The dunking. And it's all the posterizing. It's fancy, but like if you're going straight offensive talent, Luka dominates Ant. It's not even a question. I don't get how anybody even questions that.
Hey, Chris said you ended the show with a W. Look at you, man.
I saw. We brought it around.
What a comeback, man. What a comeback.
I just asked you a question.
And I'm giving you a fucking answer.
Damn fucking right I
am. All right, man. I'm going to say, I want to say Mavs in 5, but that's like disrespectful to the Timberwolves.
That's why I said 6.
Yeah, I think it's
we respecting people around here.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, good point, Steve.
I'm giving Anthony Edwards one game. I'm giving him one game, and then I'm giving them a Jason Kidd game.
Oh man, we got to get past the Kidd games.
I think I'm past. You know what?
Are we? Because we
was it a Kidd game?
Was it a
Clippers? Was it a Kidd game? Game 4 though against the Oklahoma. That wasn't a Kidd game. That was the players. That was Luka.
What was the Kidd game in the last series, TGK?
Game 1.
Game 1.
Okay.
He said it himself that he didn't have him prepared.
Okay, I get it.
Nah, I'm just assuming. I don't know if he said that, but
I just never said that. What the hell are you talking about?
I know he didn't admit that.
He took accountability.
Yeah, I talked about some Kentucky Fried Chicken. Maybe that's it.
He did put some boxes in their locker or whatever. But no, I guess I would take game 1 now because you know game 1. So I guess why I forgot about game 1, but
it's like a guaranteed, national holiday when game 1 and Jason Kidd. Oh, it's a loss,
No, MVP. Not game 4. That was us missing free throws.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just make your damn free throw. I just said that a million times.
Free throws and too many turnovers.
Yeah, turnovers and free throws.
Good point. I don't think Jason Kidd had a game in the previous season. I mean, previous series.
Look at Master Fame.
Y'all right. What Master Fame say? Go to my second I sent. I want to hear Sticks react.
Master Fame wants to see if I start yelling.
Wait, which second? Go to.
I guess maybe on Twitter. Did he send you on Twitter? On X.
Let me see.
Yeah, all you critics can join in Discord and talk shit about me after the show.
Okay. Okay, I got you. The video you sent me? Got it. All right, we'll react to one more video, guys, and then we'll get up out of here. Let me go get this. Is it this one?
Yeah, I still gotta go to the gym.
You going to the gym?
Yeah, I gotta get back in habit. I just doing good, and then I have to take a week and a half off with the damn Stars and Mavericks playing so many games.
Oh, I got a feeling this is gonna be good.
There we go.
Good.
Oh,
I'm scared.
This is gonna be good.
Oh,
he told me to skip to 28.9, 28.09. So it's gonna skip to 28.09, 28.09, 28. Let's just go to 28. Here we go. Y'all ready?
Oh yeah, here we go.
I guess, man.
And
person being a Timberwolf will either be ending as a champion or wherever we end up in these playoffs, because I don't think he's coming back next year. Anyway, let's get into it. Yep. I got Wolves in 6. I really do. I got Wolves in 6. I think that Luka could win one game just win a game by himself. Luka and Kyrie, I think.
Is this me in Minnesota? Is he saying my thing? Like, I'll give Ant 1. I'll give Ant 1. All right, let's go
off. and win a game.
Shelby
Maybe
Whiteley,
they win a
Minnesota
second game
comparison.
as well. One other stat that I wanted to bring up, and it'll be interesting at the rim. Since February 10th, when Gafford and Washington made their debuts with Dallas, the Mavericks ranked second in the NBA in field goal percentage on dunks and layups. Meanwhile, the Timberwolves are allowing the league's lowest field goal percentage on layups and dunks for the entire season. So it's going to be a battle between Gobert and Lively and Nas and Karl Anthony Towns and Gafford. It's going to be a battle down there.
All right. You want to respond? You want me to? I'll respond to that part.
Well, I mean, what reaction has he won from me? This is so mild take. Like, this is
No. Hold on.
Just give me
Gafford? What do we throw the ball to Gafford and let him go work? Come
Yeah,
on,
of course.
man. Come on.
I mean,
Bro, he's a Hakeem Olajuwon 2.0. TGK, what are you talking about?
We only put PJ down there on a mismatch. Like, we're not gonna post up Gobert. Come on. All right.
No, I hope they post Gobert up. I hope they do. Keep going to him.
Just attack him. Just all right. Let's listen to.
Yes, and he did say. Tyler just said. Did he just say cat at the rim? They did say cat at the rim. They evidently they don't even watch their own team. And I agree with Joe. This is a lame video.
Okay, I'm excited for it. Yeah, I got Wolves in 6. What do you think?
You know, I'm going to go gentleman sweep, Wolves in 5. I think we're just going to overwhelm them. I think they're not ready for it. I know that OKC plays some defense.
This is why Mattson wanted me to react.
But I think we're going to take it to a whole nother level, and they're not going to know to hit them. And we're just going to storm them and run them completely out of these playoffs. I don't think they have it in to hold up.
TGK, can you hit your whatever button for me?
I got you. Hold on.
Whatever. I'll do what I want.
Gosh, they're going to storm us out of the building. Who the hell do they think they are? Like, I can't. Make sure you get the receipt on. Okay, now I know why Mattson wanted a reaction. Okay, I need you to hold that receipt, Rel. Keep that receipt.
I gotta save that video, man. Hold on. I gotta
can you send that to us, please? So I can bookmark that, please.
That was insane.
Hold on. Did we? No, we ain't going anywhere. DB, we ain't doing that. That is not our variance. Not even close. We don't have that amount of takes. You get out of here with that, DB.
Oh man.
God.
And the second dude didn't really have any type of definitive thing that he said that they're going to do. He just said, "Oh, we're just going to run him out the gym." Really? That's what you're going to do?
We're going to overwhelm them.
I've never seen a team like this. We're going to overwhelm them. We're just going to storm them out of the building.
I cannot wait till Wednesday.
As we just played a series with Dort playing linebacker against Luka the whole time. We've never seen a defense like this.
Look what TFP said, man. Look what TFP said, man. Look at that.
He said Luka can get you. He said Luka can get you one game.
One game.
Oh, one game. One. That's.
Nick just said, didn't they legalize drugs in Minnesota? That might explain it.
Hey,
is that the J. Will Muse from OKC just sitting there smoking the whole time he's doing pot? This dude looked like he just like, yeah, man, we're gonna win. Like, bro, like you don't have a proper take on anything. You're just smoking the whole time.
Look what Joe said.
Wow.
Oh man.
I don't know why when Fame said that, I thought he was going to say, you know, oh, they probably picked us or whatever.
Yeah.
But Master Fame likes he wanted me to really get at something. I was like, this is too mild. What are you talking about? And then that guy finally said it. Oh dear God.
Didn't give a real reason. Just said, oh, they going. Okay.
Hold on,
don't put that on screen. I'm watching my YouTube. You already put it on screen. Never mind. I'm behind on that side.
Hold on.
Oh God. They got Jenny said they got the Johnny B takes.
Damn, Johnny B. Don't let her do you like that.
Johnny B was in there earlier calling us racist ass Texans. So, you know, give it to him.
Oh, that's why you were saying what you were saying. Okay.
Okay. So I wanted to show y'all this. So again, back to the X factor of the Wolves, right? Check this out from Grant Afset said Minnesota Timberwolves guard Mike Conley, right? Soulless strain? What the hell's a soulless? Is questionable to play game 1 of the Western Conference Finals against the Mavs. Let me look up what is a soulless.
His soul hurts.
It's heel. Strain souls take to heel. Oh no, not heel. I can't read. Calf strain. But it looks like I guess that's part of the calf. Yeah, Joe just said calf. Yep.
Where's
Dr. Div? I thought we had Dr. Div for these kind of answers.
Div, where you at, man?
Yeah, where's Div at?
So it says the soleus is a large flat muscle in the calf of the leg that runs from the back of the knee to the heel. It's a part of the calf muscle, also known as the triceps surae. What? Along with the gastrocnemius and plantaris muscles, the soleus has 2 main functions. Damn. Hopefully, Joe was not killing my pronunciation of these words.
I'm gonna have to go, TGK.
All right, well, we'll end the show right now. Appreciate you, Real. Appreciate you, Sticks. Appreciate everybody watching. It's been your boy TGK. Tomorrow we're doing a pregame show live 1 hour before the game starts. Appreciate y'all being here, man. Leave a like on the way out. It's been your boy, and let's go Mavs. We out.
Yeah.